and they too have a bunch of playmakers that can just turn any round on its head. So we are live into the pistol round. Faze won the knife. They're going to stay on the CT side. It's all armor for them. An aggressive peek, aggressive push as well. Guardian going to try and sandwich these three players in Banana. It's Nico who has the initial defense there, and no one has spotted Guardian. He might be able to get a couple free kills here. They're watching for the flank, but it's just at an awkward angle. Guardian's forced back, but Rain has gotten the kill.
He sure has, but it's going to be... Oh, it's nicely returned on God. He's managed to get a second with 7 health. Not going to be able to survive. Flusher finally takes him down, but you've got to feel here, Jason, the damage has already been done. It's just Flusher and JW left.
It happened so quick as well, didn't it? Rain gets that kill, Olaf with 1, and then Guardian somehow finding a third down middle. That's incredible. But you can just see Faze is just not scared to make those kinds of plays. Rain is going to spam through the smoke, not finding anything, but he's got Kerrigan at least spotting for the cross. Oh, that's a great headshot. Going for one more. JW's here. And a 1-on-4. Oh, that's a nice find right through the smoke. Classic JW. And another one, a second. So he's brought it into a 1-on-2. This is actually doable now that he's got the USP and armor, though he is surrounded.
As you say, though, does have at least control of the bombs, because it's going to be 2 separate 1v1s you have to feel, although Nico is quickly making a wrap around. That being said, JW has enough time left here that Nico may think that the rotation's coming in, and he's already backed away to B. So JW playing the mind games. This is going to afford him 2 separate 1v1s if he bursts out now against Olafmeister, and who is just chilling in the pit for the time being. He's only on 32 health. Up close and personal, JW will get the kill, and now we are down to Nico versus JW.
Yeah, this was a 1-on-4. JW has done a phenomenal job finding all 1v1s, and he gets even into Palace in time. With no kit on Nico, JW actually has an advantage here. The bomb is inside the bomb site. Nico's going to have to speed things up at some point. Like I said, without that kit, 10-second defuse. And he's taking his time as he enters here. JW has a huge advantage.
He sure does, but Nico is going to go peeking, and he's got enough time to land the headshot and get the full defuse. It was something that I was worried about if that kit started to come into fruition, you know, the lack of the kit. But, hey, there's no arguing with a headshot.
Yeah, I think actually even JW outplayed himself there. I think he kind of lost track of where he himself planted the bomb and realized when he went all the way down through Boiler, he realized it wasn't planted for him. So you kind of have to get aggressive from that angle. And that allows Nico just to have the quick peek. But you have to imagine the rest of Faze is thanking Nico immensely for saving that at one point 4-on-1. So great effort from JW. It is an opening round for Faze. It looks like not too much investment from the Fnatic side with that bomb plant, likely a buy into the next round. 3 FAMAS, an M4, and a MP9 bought up by Faze.
Now, depending on how this round goes, if JW were to get more frags, he could even afford an AWP because of all those kills he just picked up in the pistol.
Yeah, he's got 3,200.
Only a P250 in this, so just $300 spent. Nico is going to find Flusher, though. I mean, not that you really expect too much from Fnatic in this round. It's just about how much damage they can do. A bomb plant would be a nice bonus on top of that.
Yes, that would be a big win if they were able to do it. I mean, they have nothing to get into the bomb site with, so regardless, with that buy coming up, I don't know if the damage is necessarily... You obviously love the damage, but I don't know if it's necessarily too important since they're going to be having AK-47s in the next round. Guardian's in an awkward position, and he's almost fortunate that they didn't press the issue. He's got his gun out now. The bomb is here in the halls as well. And actually, these fights are not going the way of Faze, and Fnatic is being very, very patient.
They sure are, but you expect that the extra utility and the extra firepower should come out ahead around about now. It's all well and good having 3 or 4 players weakened, but you can't really argue with FAMAS's and the M4s either. And JW is all that remains. This time on 1-on-5, not going to be getting anything. And that's pretty huge for Faze as well, man. They can hold on to as many weapons as they want. I mean, whether they'd want to necessarily hold on to the likes of an MP9, I'm not sure about. They know that AKs are coming up.
I mean, I don't think there's any reason to go away from it. We've seen the MP9 be effective enough in different situations that, you know, no reason to waste money upgrading right now. It's back-to-back team aces for Faze. Everyone getting 1 kill in each of the first 2 rounds. Fun fact of the day.
Love to see it.
You do love to see that, yeah. Rifles out for Fnatic. We knew it was coming. So did Faze, obviously. Double nades down mid. Nico is burning, though. He gets caught out. Nade lands on a Flusher, but the damage is done. Even Kerrigan's down to half HP, so great utility. Great find from Fnatic early on in this round.
Excellent stuff. It is one of the main men as well. Nico down, and now this is going to draw over an extra player towards the B site. This leaves A pretty vulnerable. And with Fnatic having the extra player and a whole bunch of time, they've pretty much got all the options available to them. Second kill going to come down onto Guardian. This is looking great for Fnatic.
Oh, this is phenomenal. I mean, a minute and a half at a 5v4. Now they have plenty of time in a 5v3. It's got to be a correction. There's Kerrigan with the MP9. Can't even find a kill. Olaf has to take this fight, and he's got one. Going for more, but the USP isn't going to do any work. Fnatic gets fortunate with 2 opening kills very early on in the round, and then it's almost impossible for Faze to come back into this. Rain is going to rotate in towards CT spawn, but I'm not even sure it's worth going for. That's going to be an easy kill for JW. Fnatic on the board early in the 3rd round. And how much money is left on Faze? I think they'll invest into this.
Yeah, they're in that kind of strange corridor of uncertainty point where if they did go for more of a half buy, they would have a really solid buy in the next round, but they could also go for 4. So they're going to go for more of a half buy approach here. And I feel like the reason Rain went in at the end is that all the remaining Fnatic players were actually below 50 health, and the call may have came through that they're all weakened. And Rain, he's in so much confidence right now, such great form, may have got baited into that.
He has been, perhaps, crazily enough, the best performing player on this Faze team for the past few months. So that's good stuff. Some spam coming through from Electro. This goes back to this new look Fnatic in the way that they've actually changed and improved as a team over the course of this online season. Well prepared, well versed. We've seen it with some opening kills. First with the utility in the last round, this time with the spam from Electro. It's pretty basic stuff, but it does work out for him early on so far.
Yeah, the basic stuff worked for them last round as well. Didn't have to do anything particularly out there. Guardian has spotted himself. Crims will drop out and pick up the bomb again. But FaZe have only 1 smoke to play with. So again, you have to feel like unless these crossfires can pick off a couple 1-taps from the likes of Nico, this round's pretty much over.
Look at all the utility that Fnatic has as well. There's a smoke, well timed from Kerrigan. He's going to rotate over into the site. He took plenty of damage though. Fnatic can just be so patient, but at least FaZe is getting a read. At least FaZe is a 3rd player here, not likely to do a whole lot, maybe some damage. That's a great opening kill from JW. The Deagle does nothing. Rain comes through the smoke to get 1. That's all that's possible as Guardian is alone again. So it's going to be a 2nd round for Fnatic. They're going to tie things up early on here at 2-2.
Absolutely. Guardian, no real reason for him to save the CZ because, as we mentioned, there's going to have a really solid buy in this round now. It could even afford them an AWP, and instantly Guardian's gone and picked it up, as you'd expect.
Let's wait a bit, and then we nade 3, and then we just back. I don't have nade.
Wait a bit and nade tree, I believe he said, down at Banana. So you would imagine we saw nade go there onto Flusha in the previous round. We'll see what wait a bit exactly means, perhaps delayed. Flusha's got the MAC-10.
It's cool to hear that and then see it kind of go into play.
Oh, it's cool to see the MAC-10 just rushing right up through the Molotov, and Nico's all alone. And that's Flusha with a 3rd. Oh my lord, the entries with the MAC-10, and that's going to frustrate you if you're a FaZe player.
Especially as they said, let's nade tree and wait a bit. Nope. Flusha doesn't care about your nades. He's going to just charge straight through with the MAC-10 and clean house. And I believe they also had the AWP for a second. They can even pick it up and take it through into the next round if they so choose. I mean, they have options. FaZe certainly don't, now that Olaf Meister has died. Curious if he'll go back and take that. I mean, there's no necessarily any real reason for Fnatic to go for it. They know that FaZe is going to have a poor buy. They've been doing just fine with assault rifles. Just stick with what works.
I want to see that replay. I want to see Flusha do that again. That is absolutely insane that he's just able to do that. Right through the Molotov. Yeah, some good flashes as well. I think there was the player at the corner was blind initially, so I think Olaf kind of got left out to dry with no one to really back him up. But regardless, incredible stuff from Flusha, just making it look easy. JW now aggressive in mid. He's going to hold the angle in case Rain peeks. Passive play from FaZe. This time they don't have the smokes to do any kind of a delay tactic. But some upgraded pistols certainly can do some damage.
Yeah, especially in the very capable hands that FaZe have. But there's no doubting that right now FaZe have been rocked. Fnatic are looking incredibly strong. Still early days, of course, but also keep in mind that the 2 rounds that FaZe won were the pistol and the one afterwards.
Tough part you have to think of if you're a FaZe fan as well is on the defense. We know how tough this CT side can be if you're never able to stabilize the economy, and at this point it's a bit harsh early on. So Fnatic definitely have won the economy game in the first portion of this half. It'll be up to FaZe to take it back. That can sometimes be tricky. Fnatic using all their utility, being patient, and now they're going to pounce on this A bomb site wrapping around with the AK-47s at range. There's Kerrigan, a sneaky peek through the smoke. He's actually got Golden out in the open, but he runs out of bullets, and that's going to be the end of him. There's still one player here, Guardian with the kill, but oh, he's got the AK now. If he can do something. But it is that wraparound that spells doom for him, and Nico has been spotted out as well.
Yeah, Golden really feel the only man that's in a bit of danger with his 28 health, but Nico can't connect onto him. And Fnatic now 4 rounds in a row. However, Faze will have a double AWP purchase this time around.
Listen, double AWP's all good. You just can't die to a MAC-10.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God there's not one of those on the field at the moment. Flusha with the 3 MAC-10 kills open up that previous gun round is $12,000. Fnatic has so much money at the moment across everyone. That's great. And you can see it's a stark contrast to Faze. 3 players at 0. So Guardian doesn't want to peek mid. Nico's got an angle with it at B. Double op setup on Inferno is something that won Faze the Starladder Championship earlier this year with a different lineup. It was a little criticized though, but that's a great find from Nico. Opening kill the way of Faze, and Nico's going to fall back.
Yeah, no health really lost, only 6 in total, so he's good to go. Able to pull back and be joined by Kerrigan. In the meanwhile, Fnatic, who've typically been getting the opening picks in the rounds that they've won, now find themselves trailing. This is where they may struggle a little bit. Flashbang onto Nico is going to force him back into the CT side through Ruins. But really, Fnatic have plenty of time to play with. They just need those picks. They need to find somebody. You got to feel that's going to be hard for them to do here, Jason, especially the setup the Faze have.
Yeah, well, they don't have to cheat anyone over now with that opening pick, which is quite nice. And Guardian on Wrap side. And Fnatic hasn't really applied a whole lot of pressure, especially over A. They just got control of apartments, making sure there's no one pushed up, no one aggressive from the Faze side of things, and they're going to fall back into this B hit. So not a bad idea. You can just do the standard execute. They have plenty of utility for this. Overwhelming, in fact, considering Nico has none and Kerrigan has none either. This is going to be a tough hold, especially if that AWP misses its initial shot and Fnatic can gain ground. We'll see how good the flashbangs are. Nico's blind. He's got to get into cover. There's the peek out, and he finds JW. Kerrigan gets his own. That should be the main portion of this attack taken down, and it is. It's Crims with 1. Kerrigan can just play time, wait for Guardian to come in. He's going to salvage the AWP as well. So Faze back to their winning ways with a 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, you highlighted there that Fnatic had a bunch of utility, but, I mean, that's really only half the struggle. It's only half the battle. They only had about 30 seconds left. All it takes is for Nico or Kerrigan to land a kill, and that's pretty much it over. Faze back into winning ways. Of course, can retain both their AWPs. Their economy takes a huge boost as a result, but as you highlighted before, Fnatic are fine. They can rebuy another couple of rounds.
Yeah, they can play the game where they can grind down. If they just get a couple kills, those are going to be so valuable. They don't necessarily need to win at the moment. It's just grind those kills down and eventually reset the money. Look how fast-paced this is. They know it's a double off setup that came in, but Rain's here to back up Guardian, and that's the bomb down. Rain is so consistent, and there's the peak from Guardian. There was a window of opportunity there for Fnatic, but they could not quite capitalize on it.
It was a solid flashbang that originally forced him back, but after that, it was just one-way traffic. Faze able to land all the kills, bombs out in a horrible spot, smoke in the eyes of Flusha. So if he wants to get it, he's going to have to go through smoke to pick it up, and there is a solid crossfire established. Kerrigan, the last nail in the coffin, put in by him, and Crims, I mean, good luck to you getting anything done in this round from this point.
Yeah, it's just try and chip away, try and get some of those kills. I mean, one more would be phenomenal, but I don't even know if that's going to happen. Rain's low, he does find it, spinning around. He's got the bomb now. We saw JW almost pull off an incredible round in the pistol. Crims blinding himself, that's unfortunate. Molotov into the site, applying a lot of pressure and then checking his flank. Unfortunately, he's got Nico at distance with the AWP down mid. The missed shot, though, is going to give him the intel, and now he knows the only way is forward. There's an AWP here as well in Guardian. He baits out the shot, 8 bullets, almost lands that. There's one on the site, he knows where it is, but he can't land it. Kerrigan with the peek is going to take him down.
Pretty incredible Crims lasted that long and managed to pick up a couple kills as well. I thought that would be a complete shutout for Faze. And of course, on the CT side, you can now see that Rain's down to $1,400. They're going to have to get Olofmeister with a buy and full nade. So this has taken a little bit of their economy away.
I think maybe Faze, after that pistol round, were up 4-1 against JW, and they lose 3 to him, and Nico had to clutch it out. I think that kind of puts him on notice, where it's like, all right, guys, we can't just, we can't just peek and take every single fight in these scenarios. Make sure we're playing it smart, and maybe that's why we see them more reserved against Crims there. It's a good decision. You don't want to let that round turn into.
Land some frags as soon as the push comes in, which it will shortly if these smokes are about to be tossed. Golden laid in wait in Banana. Everybody barring Crims over on this side of the map, and now they have pressed the go button. The nade's going to fly in. 2 smokes in total, trying to cordon off both coffins and also spotting them on the approach, but that Molotov has stopped them dead in their tracks. That's going to buy Faze a little bit of time.
Yeah, but they could just plant on the smoke. That's what this is designed for. They wanted to isolate the op, but they know Nico with the op likes to play inside the bomb site, so this is going to get flush in great position. JW's got to get this plant down before the smoke disappears, and I don't think he can find it. I don't think he feels comfortable, but all the kills go their way. Lekro, Crims, and Golden each with 1, but it's a double from Nico. He cannot recover in time, and it's Olaf left in a 1v3.
It's going to take him a while to traipse across the other side of the map as well. And again, Faze's economy isn't great, so they may look for a pick here from Olafmeister. If he gets it, it could bait him for going in for the clutch, but if not, may just have to back away. There is the kill he was looking for, and he may be able to pick up a second, but JW a bit too fast on the trigger with his AK, and Fnatic will take the lead again.
Yeah, but JW did present himself there. That was an opportunity for Olaf to get into that clutch. Not bad, but that's great from Fnatic. Great tactic. Kerrigan and Nico can't get anything done with those 2 smoke walls, and even though the plant doesn't go down, I'd love to see where the other kills came through. The 3 kills came out so quickly, and just with the small adjustment, that's what Golden has brought to the table for this Fnatic team, and it's very, very impressive when you see it work. JW at 10 kills, and we're going to have a tactical timeout. Pause out of the face side of things, talk things over.
I wish I understood Swedish.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm hoping you're about to translate for me.
I know there's going to be some Swedish fans that are like, oh, okay, sweet. Need a Swedish translator up here. What do you feel about that play from Olafmeister at the end? Because looking at their economy, had he have saved the M4, he could have actually dropped and they could have got 4 buys. It wouldn't have been a great buy, though.
I'm all about saving SCT on this map because of how brutal it can be if you don't have any weaponry, any utility whatsoever. So I'm all about that lifestyle, especially in a 1-on-3. But that's twice now. I mean, Rain did it earlier where he went with the FAMAS for 1. I think part of it might be the fact that since they know it's going to be a save for everyone, like maybe they'd already called it out in the next round. Not entirely sure, to be honest with you, but it's obviously easier to judge from this seat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Plenty of Molotovs out for Fnatic, and this is a more spread out default, just in a straight line across the map. You could draw it on the mini-map, and there's Golden pouncing with the flashbang. Forces back the corner and finds an isolated kill onto Kerrigan.
Easy pickings for Fnatic again. And JW is getting so much room to move through on mids. He's not really spotted anybody as of yet, so he's already getting through towards the Archer side. There is Olafmeister who's perched up in the apps, and if they don't check this angle, he could get himself an AK-47, but Lekro does check. And that's probably the last hope, the last beacon for Faze in this round that's gone with him. Although it's going to be a double rotation from Faze over towards the A site, so this could get interesting.
Faze hasn't gotten a whole lot done with these force buys, have they? With you, or maybe not force buys, sorry, half buys, I guess we'd call them, or just upgraded pistols in general. Haven't had one of those rounds turn into a whole lot of danger for Fnatic. Bomb's going to get planted here. And actually, JW is caught unawares.
So, key fight. Nico lost. If he picks that up, could have got interesting for Faze, but as it stands, they will be going in for the all-out buy. Max 7 for Rain. Orp for Guardian.
They're at that point now, aren't they, where they just need more rounds on the CT side. This is a team that's not exactly known for phenomenal offensive halves, terrorist halves, this Faze team. Guardian with the AWP hasn't been too aggressive. He's played it pretty passive, maybe going to peek with his flashbang, but that's not ideal. I don't think he meant for that to happen. He's blinded his teammate as well.
Kerrigan already down to 47. And now the terrorists looking to push their way into apps, but it's going to be Rain who will dispatch of Crims. Take some control for the team.
That's good as well, because Crims has had control of those A-halls for a lot of this half, which, if you're Faze, you would love to just stop him cold right there. Here's a duel around the edge of the smoke. When is it Faze and who wins? It almost feels like Olaf would have the advantage there, but he gives up the ankle.
Let's go in for the pre-fire, but he's going to come out worse for wear. 23 health left, says maybe I shouldn't be peeking this anymore. Bomb down in mid at the time being, but Guardian goes for the peek. It will take down Golden in the process. So finally Faze getting something to work in their direction. But they do have 4 players that attacked up quite significantly.
You do love this mobility out of Guardian, though. Starting the round over towards mid, and even though he messes up the flash and doesn't necessarily give his presence away in mid, he goes over towards the B bomb site. Flashbang up mid as JW and Lekro try and get something done. Again, just to harp back onto it, it is one more time. They don't have to win. Just any kills matter here for the Fnatic side because the economy is so beat up for FaZe. Karrigan's going to hold strong, though, and it is going to be JW low HP. Not a whole lot left to do, and Karrigan grabs the double. That's going to end things as FaZe tries to even up the score.
Yeah, excellent for FaZe. That's going to boost nicely. They don't have to replenish any weapons. Can just go for full nades and full kits if they so choose. So they're good to go. This half could quickly swing in their favor because although Fnatic for the longest time had a phenomenal economy, they are now down to peanuts. 4 of their players under $1,000.
There's a nade down mid. Utility over towards Banana. Fnatic's done a great job of getting this Banana control. Part of it helps. I think Nico's been playing it very passive. There's a good pick from Guardian in mid. JW swinging wide and getting taken out. Nico being alone at the B bomb site to start things off, just straight up played it inside the site. Doesn't even contest a Banana, so fair play. It's a lot of trust to have in Nico.
He's certainly one of those players that has earned that trust with many a phenomenal performance in the past.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Maybe he's not too bad. And with Simple not being at this event, I mean, there's not many better players here that you could really argue for. Coldzera, maybe?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you could take your pick of a couple players in SK to challenge against him, but certainly Nico is going to be up there in the conversation at all times. This is a cool stack. Left side of mid, Guardian with the off. I think he's forced away by a Molotov. Reigns there as well in the cubby. They haven't found him quite yet. Surely Golden would know that, but Guardian wants to get aggressive, and there's a good flick over. No one to back up Golden, no one to trade, and Lekro's blocked off by Fire. It's a 3-on-5, and all that feels left for Fnatic is just to readdress towards the B bomb site and hope you can just smoke off CT spawn and find the kill on a Nico.
But Karrigan's joined him now. Guardian, the meanwhile, is still putting down the hammer elsewhere. Oh, and that actually is going to bait out the start of a rotation for Karrigan, but he thinks better of it. There's only 8 seconds left. They're going to have to push straight onto the site. Nico is in prime position to deny the bomb plant and to deny this round from going any further. FaZe draw us even again. And for the second consecutive time, they actually keep all 5 players alive.
That's just smart heads-up play from Nico, understanding the timing and knowing you can just wait for that plant to go down. At that point, Fnatic just has to cross their fingers and hope Nico's not there for some reason. But 2 easy kills. More importantly, he's not challenging at such a disadvantage where he could fall. So like you said, surviving again, and now because of that, because they've been able to build up some money in these past 2 rounds, not losing a single player, they're in a pretty good position to go up 9-6 at a half that at one point seemed a little bit deadly for them.
Oh, absolutely. They won the first 2, lost the next 4. Their economy was in the bin. And now the tactical timeout called.
Cue the intense music.
Oh, yeah. And they'll be deep in thought. I mean, you can hear them all talking amongst each other as to what's going to happen next. The fact of the matter is they don't really have many options in this round. You really wouldn't want to see them force here. Probably P250s, maybe a Deagle at best.
Back into the round we go as the pause comes to an end, and you're exactly right. It's just the P250s. No real utility as well. I don't think Fnatic's had to save since the second round, so they've had a pretty fortunate half in terms of the money that they brought. Built up a huge bank in that 4-round streak, but again, they're just, I mean, this is pretty standard, much like a gun round would be. It's JW and Crims working together to take over Halls. They're the 2 with the, no, excuse me, Lekro's got one as well. There's a leg onto Crims, down to 16 HP. That's from Guardian. He's really come alive in these past few rounds.
Looks like aggression may be in the back of the minds of Fnatic. They're already stacking Banana. Really, without utility, I guess a rush is pretty much all you can hope for here, because you know you're going to be against Nico. You know there's going to be some solid firepower on the site. Smoke's going to be tossed in as well, just to force the hand of Fnatic. If they're going to go, it has to be now. The flashes are on point. The headshots are landing as well. And Lekro's living on borrowed time, but actually takes down Karrigan. Flusher from the backside will dispatch of Nico. And now they're going to be able to get their hands on a couple of AKs. This could get interesting, or maybe not. Guardian has other plans. But a bomb plant and 2 kills with P250s and a deagle, that is job done.
Yeah, definitely the bomb plant. I think towards this stage in the half, it's not going to be too much about economy with the amount that Faze has built up. But, I mean, that plant is great to get considering you had no utility coming into it. Kerrigan had a bit of a nightmare trying to take off the head of Lekro. And NiKo got wrapped upon, so all things considered, well played from Fnatic. That's going to help them get some of the utility, some of those AK-47s. They pretty much have a perfect buy here from Fnatic.
Yep, everything you could really ask for.
Double up setup is back as well. Ooh, this is cool. Run boost, Guardian. Can't see through the haze of the HE grenade, and he doesn't find it. He goes for the pick. Olaf gets 1 kill, but look at the damage. 25 HP on Olaf, 30 on Kerrigan. They've paid for that opening kill. They're still going to be happy with it.
Definitely, especially as Fnatic won't know for certain as to whether those players are tagging, if so, how much. But of course, once the execute comes into play, if it does on B, could get interesting, but it looks like Fnatic more interested over on the A side of the map. Already flashes have forced Faze back into a very deep defensive line of players. Guardian shifting from quad to archers. Hasn't spotted anyone just yet.
Oh, he got full blind, but timing wasn't there for the hit. There's the peek. That's the bomb down. A flashbang comes out off the wall. He's going to get the angle and a second. This is clinical from Guardian, holding the line so well. Kerrigan's rotated over to Arch, and not a whole lot left. Krim's making something happen. Olaf goes down.
Beautiful play by Guardian. Real pleasure to watch that. And he may be in the thick of the action more because although Fnatic started to back away, they're still occupying mid. I believe Lekro just caught a glimpse before spinning around. They don't have anyone on Banana. For all they know, they could be pushing down the CTs. Krim's going to be occupying just outside of balcony. And the bomb now second mid. They do still have a molly and a smoke to play with. But, I mean, they have such little information. Krim's has got a kill, though. He's looking for a second one as well, but Rain and Guardian hold firm.
I don't think Lekro expected Guardian to be in that doorway whatsoever, but almost a very cool play from Krims. I thought that could have opened things up. Definitely if he had just added 1 more kill. It's a big if, though, at times, but still you saw some creativity there, and Faze, this double op setup on the CT side, has them at 8 so far, trying to get up towards 9. You can hear Golden marshalling his troops here to try and get this last round of the half on the board.
Something about T-slope, I heard. No idea what.
You're just guessing at this point, aren't you, Vince?
I'm just totally guessing, of course. Does seem like there's a discussion going on, though.
It is cool to see. I remember when Golden first joined this team, he gave that interview where he mentioned that he had looked up to these Fnatic players. As I imagine most young Swedish CSGO players, you had to, as a team that was so dominant of their era. And now you could see him leading them their way into this ESL Pro League Finals. Oh, the bird's chirping.
It's bright and early start to the event so far for both teams, but it is going to be the last round, seeing as CZ only in the hands of JW. Of course, he is very much a beast with the weapon.
It's very cool to see Guardian in the later stage of this half when he realizes the Fnatic has nothing to really challenge him in middle. He's been way more aggressive down mid. Earlier on in the half when he had the AWP, he wasn't taking that peak, but now that he knows because of the economic situation, there's not going to be an AWP on the Fnatic side of things, he's more than happy to take that fight early on and try and find a pick. Hasn't yielded results, just cool to see. Opening kill actually does go the way of Golden. It's been a while, I feel, since Fnatic had the opening kill.
Definitely seems it. After the first 2 rounds, it was always them getting the first kill, but how the tides have changed. That being said, though, FaZe Clan, who came through into this round with a much better purchase, already starting to feel the sting a little bit. Guardian's not able to get anything done as of yet, but is holding off the push for the time being on Fnatic, who are lining up for a wall of smokes to be tossed over on the A site. Monster's flash, though, is going to stop him from pushing out mid just yet, but now Olaf's going to go for the spray, going to miss out on all the kills, but Lekro will meet his demise to the headshot. And from this point, with such little time left, Fnatic are going to try and pick off the stragglers. Kerrigan's gone down in the smoke. Really now all down to Guardian, who has been in apps for the last 30-40 seconds at the very least. Is going to strike for 1. And this is buying up enough time for NiKo to get in position as well. Gets Krims on the escape. But because they already have Flusher on B and he knows it's clear, Golden is going to make the long trek around. NiKo is in hot pursuit, though.
Oh, this is a big kill. NiKo has to get this one. He has to check for Flusher, and he can't. Flusher peeks just as his teammate is crossing over. Great timing. I cannot believe Guardian hit that initial shot over towards A. Certainly he knows he's got one locked in. That's Flusha being aggressive. The Deagle's out for Guardian. A 1-on-2. They're both here. Does he realize it? He's going to bypass them completely. Guardian now is not going to be able to find anyone. Golden's going to get great T-sided plan set up. They executed it very, very well. Now we switch sides. Now it's Faze on the offense.
I mean, it finished even, but it looked at one point that Fnatic were going to run away with that first half. Faze were looking very shaky in the rifle rounds to start things off, but then their economy stabilized and they're able to put down the law. That being said, Faze, aggressive start of Banana, has yielded a bit of damage against them, though. Both Olofmeister and Karrigan are feeling the sting. Yeah,
they've taken a bit of a slap in the face there with some nade damage coming out. Great job from Fnatic early on to force him back. Rain's got control of A halls. And at this point, Faze isn't applying pressure anywhere. They have a smoke. They have a flashbang onto Karrigan. He's also got the bomb, and he's up mid. They've kept Rain and Nico pretty well established on the extremities of the map to give them options if they run into trouble, but you have to feel the main hit is coming soon.
Absolutely. Nico seems like he's in position to maybe stop a rotation more than anything else, but Crims is going to see many terrorists forcing their will on him. It's going to be Rain that actually finalizes with the last shot, and are looking to actually push round Archers and Library. Bomb still in the hands, though, of Karrigan, who's still mid, to suggest it's going to be an A hit instead, but Lekro is finding headshots, and make that a second as well. He is keeping the dream alive. He's keeping this pistol in the way of Fnatic for the time being. I have no idea how he's still alive and how he's still got 100 health on top of it, and he's so hard to get rid of without any utility on the side of Faze. Nico's came in for 1 kill. Lekro's still alive. He's picking up so many frags in this one, and it's going to be Golden to finish things off. That 3K position from Lekro was unbelievable.
Yeah, that is a stunning performance, a great performance from Lekro in the pistol. It's not even because of the 3 kills either. It's because you could see towards the end he's just playing whack-a-mole, and no one from Faze can actually push onto the bomb site as long as he's alive. And as you said, they had nothing to clear him out. Nico had to take other fights and just hope and pray that Lekro wasn't going to take him down. And Faze, they just lost too many players without gaining a whole lot of ground for those deaths. I think it stopped cold. It did look like they were going to have a chance to get into that bomb site.
Oh yeah, especially when they pushed through Archers and got library control, but Lekro also got a kill off the site, I believe, then pulled back to Graveyard, so great foresight.
It almost felt like they just didn't have enough success on that kind of wrap idea. And from there, they just didn't have a plan. Good opening kill, aggression down Banana for Fnatic, and now they're just going to sneak away. They're going to fall back behind the cover of smoke. Faze again, they have a smoke and flash on Karrigan, the upgraded pistols as well, but they would love to get a pick off with one of these Deagles. They've got a couple players tagged down who can be easy to finish off. They've just got to find them.
It's Nico and Rain that are wielding those Deagles. Definitely a lot of firepower still on the table for Faze. It's more the lack of utility that's the issue. They've got a smoke and a flash that can cordon off the likes of maybe CT and try and push them in, but they've been spotted. You're going to force out a rotation now from the CTs. Flusha backs away into the smoke, but it's going to be Rain taking control and dispatching of both Golden and Flusha. JW with one, but going to be pushing through the smoke to try and get rid of Golden. Runs out of bullets, and it's not going to be able to punish them afterwards. 2-on-2, Faze of the post-plant scenario could actually win this.
Yeah, Rain has made it doable. Incredible performance from him. 3 kills so far in the round, starting out with a CZ. Guardian trying to hold Lekro at bay, but it's a tough fight against the M4. Crimson Lekro now moving in. There's the opening kill. Rain just doesn't have enough. He even gets the dink onto Crims. A valiant effort, but they do well. They get the plant. They get 3 kills. That's all well and good for Faze. And a nice recovery from Fnatic in a tough situation.
Able to pick up 2 assault rifles as well, so they'll take out as much equipment as they can. Superior equipment, but with that bomb plant, it does boost up Faze's economy. They could go for some more pistols in this round, but don't really expect to see a huge buy behind. It's going to be more HEs, so minimal investment.
Again, just a situation, they've got the Deagle on the Rain. He got all those kills, so why not let him see if he can get one more on board, or a couple more kills on board. See if he can do some damage with the nades, see if he can get a couple more picks for some rebuys. And the triple nade towards Banana isn't going to do anything. Flusha is naded down to 52, but no kills. Now, the triple nade has forced a rotation. They're trying to capitalize on this by pouncing through the Molotov. There's one kill. They would love to have Lekro, but it doesn't matter. JW's back in time. It's a cool idea, but it didn't pull JW far enough away.
I totally agree. I like that they at least tried something in a round where they had basically nothing invested, no real hopes. Another 2 kills, though, is decent.
Yeah, I was going to say the 2 kills, though, is pretty fine, all things considered. You even could kind of see the idea when Faze goes through that Molotov. They're just trying to capitalize, because otherwise that would just be craziness. That would just be craziness, Vince.
And some players, when the Molotov goes down, it almost like mentally is a brick wall. And so you may lose a bit of concentration, switch to a different grenade, could get caught out of time. I'm very much like it as well, although I am garbage at this game, so...
Well, Olaf with the AK-47. He's going to get picked off. JW showing some aggression of his own, taking out his former teammate. Now it's Guardian's turn, pushing up middle with his own op. JW's rotated back. We could have a battle of the snipers, which it's always such a fun conversation to have. So rarely does it ever get put into practice, though, op versus op. Here it comes, Guardian holding the ankle. Who's faster? And it's JW. Guardian falls asleep at the wheel. A great peek from JW. Gives him the second kill of this round. It's a 5-on-3 now for Fnatic.
An incredibly important kill as well, because had he picked it off, Arches is weak, it would have been a 4v4. Faze could have imposed their will up towards the A, but as it stands, backs against the wall. You can see that Rain is ultimately on an island by himself for the time being, very much isolated from the rest of his team, but they can still make a move round. Still 40 seconds left. If they can get the entries, this round may not be over just yet, but Rain can't take down JW, who survives on just a measly 4 health.
That just feels like typical JW, doesn't it? Like, he had no business getting that kill when Rain's turned at the corner. He's already dinked him down. JW has every disadvantage, still wins it somehow. And Faze, there's nothing you can do here except take the fight and hope Nico wins him. I don't think he's going to expect the boost here, but it reacts perfectly. Flusha, how passive is he going to play it? Not passive at all. That opens up the sight, and JW's so low. He's got the angle, he's got the corner, but he's not peeking. He knows he's too low for it. The plant's going down. Nico has made this doable, and he got the third.
I thought JW was going to wait for Lekro to jump across and almost bait out the shot so then he could return fire. Seemed to peek a little bit early, and now, from a round that looked like it was gone, a 3v5, Nico and Karrigan, post-plant scenario, have every chance. There's only a smoke in the hands of Fnatic. They can't cordon off new boxes for Emo with a Molotov, for example, but now Nico's going to land a headshot onto Lekro. He's already on a 4K. He's on for the ace. Crims is going to be peeking him, but it's more Karrigan that's getting around the back of him that's going to be the issue, and Karrigan with the flank is going to make it work. That, a 3v5, is going to be a slap in the face to Fnatic that should be having that round every day.
Absolutely should. Some big mistakes, but also you got to give props to this guy. That kill on the Golden, the reaction to find him boosted up, and then taking the duel with Flusha, and then holding the line. Just saying, I'm going to take the next fight that presents itself. Fortunately, it's JW, who's already extremely low. But somehow Nico turns something into, or nothing into something.
That fight as well, Jason. It's so bad for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's brutal. SMGs, the CZ on JW as well. And they even lose Flusha early on.
Could that be the moment where Faze turn this back around firmly in their favour? Because if Fnatic were to lose this, they're going to be onto an eco. Faze will start to maintain that cruise control once more. 2P9, CZ, M4, 1 kit, lack of nades, and still plenty of time for Faze to use.
Starting to pressure mid. Molotov is going to push JW out, and he almost wins that on Guardian. Just a drive-by, brings Guardian down to 2 HP. That would piss me off if I was in Guardian's shoes. Smokes down over towards the B bomb site. Golden's the only one here. Nico's going to lead the way in, and it should be easier this time against Justin MP9. A bit of a weird angle for Golden, and there's the opening kill. Going to push forward. He's going to go for more. He's still alone, and he's going to be alone for some time, and Karrigan finally takes him out. It is a 3-on-3, though. So Fnatic is going to go for this.
You definitely assume so, especially with Guardian being on 2, Olofmeister just below 50. That nade could have damage written all over it, but not quite. A bit too shallow, not deep enough to contend with Shadow. One issue for Fnatic is if they can't find a pick soon, they know that they're going to have economic struggles coming up. They've got an AK and an M4.
It almost feels like they should just give this up because they have no kits, but they've gone too far now, haven't they?
Yeah, they've committed too much. Karrigan's going to go down. That could definitely give them a bit of hope, but Guardian's going to snuff that out And a second kill onto JW. It's a 1v1, but as you highlighted, no kit. They're going to have to stick on it right here, right now, and Guardian knows it. He's going to be coming around the corner, and that's all she wrote.
That
Faze,
actually,
10-10.
That actually might have been close. Crims picked up a kit on his way into the bomb site there at the end. Maybe that's why they were going for it, because they knew there was one down inside the bomb site. A bit sketchy there. Guardian, though, does some work with 2 HP. Quite nice. And yeah, now Fnatic just have to sit around out, don't they? They just have to have these pistols, swallow their pride, wait for the next buy to come up. And you gotta feel, if you're Fnatic, you're just thinking of that round 5 versus 3 and Nico kills 4.
Exactly. That's going to be burning away at the back of their mind every round they lose. It's just going to be a reminder. Because if they stuck onto that round, and comfortably so, you're looking at them 12-9, something like that in the lead at this point. And their economy's not in this kind of shape.
JW going to try to take advantage of a reload, and it works. Coming through the smoke, and then not even trying to get the gun, just falling back with the advantage. And actually, Crim's doing some work. A dink onto Rain is going to make him passive. All of a sudden, this gets... You could see everyone from FaZe just slowly backtracking. Guardian making sure they can't salvage an AK-47 in the middle of a round. Which is going to be tough now for FaZe.
I mean, that's vitally important, isn't it? Because even though Fnatic have got the first kill, even though Rain is low, you still expect the AKs, the superior weaponry, to come out on top here. The only way, realistically, unless they make a massive error or Fnatic pull off something mad, is if they can get their hands on one of those AKs and start to use it against them.
JW again playing with the smoke. Guardian swapped out his op to be more aggressive, but he gets put down. A 5-on-3. There's been no trades until just now. Olaf's going to lead the way. Is it his turn to be the heroics? Kerrigan even chiming in, and there it is. I think FaZe is sealed. It looked like it could have been promising for Fnatic, but maybe just a dream that they could have held on to this round with basically USPs. Golden's got a deagle, but he's far away. His idea here is to go get one of these AK-47s and then bail out.
Definitely. He may not realize that they've been tossed in second mid, though. He seems to think they're more in the middle itself. Olaf might be peering around the corner, crosshair a little bit too low. That'll cost him his life, and FaZe take the lead. Well, it's not going to be too fantastic either, Jason. They could go for a glass cannon AWP, but I mean, depends how much they want to prioritize on utility, and it looks like they're going to go for full M4s instead.
Yeah, JW has done some damage with the op, but obviously glass cannon makes it just so much more difficult, doesn't it? There's Nade out. We saw him that round out-duel Guardian, get a couple of kills, and then eventually that's the round that was the 5-on-3. We'll have to see again. Can Fnatic put themselves in a good position to win the round and then hold on to it? Here's going to be a delayed boost. Flusha going up on top. His teammate, again, Olaf just waiting on the other side. He's going to hear that footstep, and I think that's why we're seeing Golden and Flusha just back off quickly, knowing they've given up the position.
Well, you also saw that grenade instantly fired in as well. They knew they'd probably be on the retreat. Only did a tiny bit of damage, though. Taking position in mid, need to peer around. Molotov's going to stop him.
That's a timely Molotov because Guardian wanted to take that fight. Nico's going to lead the way again. See if he can outdo Golden. This is a tough match for Golden to handle. And again, he's going to fail. Nico turning the corner. It's Flusha to get a double kill. That's huge. Olaf and Nico both gone on the verge of taking that B bomb site. Fnatic just barely holds on, and now it's only towards the A site. There's no control for FaZe towards B now.
What really hurt there for Nico is it took him a little bit longer than he hoped to kill Golden, and that allowed Flusha to get them both in the side as they were preoccupied still looking at the site. So just a couple seconds made all the difference. Lekro, we've seen what he can do in the pistol round while stalling. This is a whole different ball game, but he's been flashed out, has no idea what's around him. Kerrigan's going to drop and take him out of the equation, but in the meantime, Guardian has been put in his place, and Kerrigan 1-on-3 with 15 seconds and just 17 health. This is almost as hard as it gets. Surely there's no chance, and Crims will silence him. All even again. This game is certainly delivering.
Yes, and Crims even gets the AWP. He's going to be able to pass that over to JW. You kind of like the idea from FaZe, though. You have Nico and Olaf. Allow them to do their thing, and they want it to be more aggressive. They really feel like they can exert their influence over at that B bomb site, knowing it's against Golden, knowing it's against Flusha, just wanting to take those peaks dry. Just kind of a contact play, and it works initially. 11-11, and this time it's Faze who's going to be back on the pistols. Rain's bought up armor and a CZ, but they just don't have money to scrape together a full buy.
Yeah, it depends really. I mean, Karrigan's got 4.5k. Does he elect to go for like Deagle, maybe drop something? The likes of Nico, who's only got $2,000, maybe P250. So minimal investment. That's such a crucial fulcrum point in this map as well. I mean, this next rifle round could ultimately be everything.
Yeah, it really could, especially because you have to imagine Fnatic's going to go up here with the round against just the pistols. Barring any craziness. Listen, this is one of those games because of the stand-in situation with Astralis using Rubino, with Liquid having to play with Zeus. This is kind of the match that just took the default billing that moved over to being one of the best matches of the day, and so far it's living up to it at 11-11. Fnatic had a phenomenal online season. The question was whether they could continue that level of performance here on LAN, and so far so good in this opening match. Faze going to send 4 players towards Banana. It's just Karrigan holding over in these A halls. Rain and Guardian have smokes. So you would imagine one going to be for CT, one going to be for Coffins. We'll see how effective it can be.
It's going to be all the arm rush, but Flusher up to the task. Golden's already taken himself a frag as well. And this round almost over before it's began. Nico's managed to get himself into the ruins, but what he can do with that, and the answer is not too much. A clean sweep for Fnatic, as you'd expect when it comes to that sort of a buy for Faze. But this is the rifle round we were talking about. This could be everything. If Fnatic win this, they've almost got like half a foot over the finish line already.
But you could tell Faze really wanted that plant at least in the previous round. This buy, it's not bad. I mean, obviously the op on Guardian, they've got utility on 3 players, but Nico only 1 flashbang. Karrigan's got to go down to the UMP because he's dropped an op. So they're beat up in a couple different ways in JW. But oh my word! Get out.
Just totally savaged. What can JW do about that? That's disgusting.
You gotta love it. That's so good from Nico. He's bailed Faze out of a couple big rounds. He's had some huge important moments in this game so far. The 1v1 on pistol, the 4 kills and a 3-on-5. Now this one picking off JW. The hit is on, but Crims has a great off angle. Oh, he covers Lekro perfectly. Vintage Crims coming out here. He's got 3, and it takes a flashbang. It takes him to be completely blind to finally take him down. And Olaf in a 1 versus 2.
These are winnable for Olafmeister. We've already seen Vintage Crims. Are we going to see the Olafmeister of old step up to the plate and deliver? It looked like it was over after such a great start for Nico, and it will be over. But the way of the CTs, they tried to make the most after JW got picked off, but I mean, Crims just held down the fort so well.
That was a big boy defense from Crims. That was great to see. I mean, just the snap over onto the second kill to protect his teammate as well, the knowledge to keep Lekro alive inside the pit. That's the critical position. And a tough off angle to deal with if you're a player coming up lane on the offense. So an opening from Nico yields no results in terms of a round win. It's 13-11 now. Fnatic starting to run away with it after it was tied up, and they're in control of everything. They have the op, they have the economy, and they have the lead.
CZ's and Kevlar across the board except for Guardian. This could be another fast play. Going to be running through the Molotov with flashbangs accompanying it as well. So JW has to turn tail and run back. We've already seen just how good this A defense is for Fnatic. And once again, it won't buckle. Nico has been swept aside.
Oh, Rain with the entry right through the smoke. Comes around the edge. JW not prepared. That's an op in the hand. Or no, they didn't pick it up, actually. Excuse me. They do now. It's on Olafmeister. And he gets picked off. A flashbang. He couldn't find the angle for the fight. There's Crims jumping up with 1 as well. And Rain gets baited into a shot. And I think the danger is over. They only lose JW, and there's no more ground that can be gained. 14-11 in a strong economy. Fnatic in great position to take this opening map.
And once again, the bomb plant was denied. So sure, they've got a buy for full AKs, but they're not going to have an AWP for Guardian. Still plenty of firepower. 4 Molotovs, 5 smokes. And FaZe Clan looking to establish a bit of early dominance in second mid. And also in apartments, the Molotov is going to stop any CTs from being in these angles, but Fnatic return the favour. So a bit of a stalemate on this side of the map for the time being.
Golden rotating over towards the A bomb site. He's just cheating in CT spawn, doesn't know exactly where he wants to be quite yet, hasn't read the play coming out. Crims has been a god, and he spins and he finds Kerrigan, almost able to grab Guardian. Lekro's got to hold it down for a little while longer, and he does. The snap over to Nico, and it's all Fnatic. Guardian goes down, and they've got 4 map points for the Swedes.
This A defense is phenomenal. I don't know, Faze. Maybe just tap out. Maybe say this is your side.
Yeah, maybe go towards the B bomb site or something. Crims is just holding down the fort. He's powdering bottoms over there.
It has been unreal. I think they've gone to A the last 3 or 4 rounds, and they have been comprehensively spanked.
And it's the classic trio for Fnatic that's on top of the scoreboard. It's Crims, JW, and Flusha. Not necessarily by a wide margin, but it's just cool to see. If you've been watching Counter-Strike for a number of years, this is great, especially the style in which Crims is coming out with on this defense. Opening kill for Golden on the Olaf. Nico gets the return spam, but, I mean, Flusha returns the favor. Who better through the smoke?
I love that play, though, because I feel as if Golden has just preemptively called, okay, they're going to be scared to push A. They're probably stacking around Banana looking for an execute. Let's flash into a peek. And it works so well for them. I love that call. But maybe he got too aggressive, a bit too confident. Flush has given his life away for free, and you don't want to do that against Faze.
No, but this is cool by Crims. He's pushed down behind it, which you wouldn't expect to begin with, especially because Crims throws the smoke behind him. He might have just lured them into a trap all single-handedly. Here it comes. Oh, they don't clear it. There's one, there's two. Crims again almost closes it out. It's Kerrigan in a 1-on-2.
He's going to get himself some action against JW. He does miss the shot, gets smoked out as well. At this point, Kerrigan just has to go for the risk. He's going to go for the full plant. At this stage, he's wondering exactly where the second player is coming from. Is he rotating? Has he joined JW? That's going to be in the back of his mind. Gonna just stay here and chill for the time being, forcing the CTs to become the aggressors. Orp's been picked up by JW. FaZe Clan trying to stay alive in this map. Kerrigan can hear footsteps, the pitter-patter of JW just to his left-hand side. That smoke is going to pretty much force him out into the open. He can't afford to take any chances himself, but there's the spray onto JW now this round. Firmly in the hands of Kerrigan. He comes back through again and will clutch out to keep FaZe on Inferno 15-12. Unbelievable.
Kerrigan always seems to step up in big moments with some big clutches here. A 1-on-2 victory is quite nice to have, just barely saving them. It's been Nico saving them in the tough situations all throughout this game, and this time Kerrigan gives him a 12th, but still, I mean, even look, with that kind of a win, I mentioned Fnatic's economy is great. It's Faze's, it's still beat up on the T side. All 5 players dying there. They're going to have to rebuy into some SMGs.
I think what's in the back of FaZe's minds. Have they just thrown away their... Sorry, Fnatic, pardon me. Have they just thrown away their prime chance?
They've played so well throughout this game. I don't even think they're thinking about that. They seem supremely focused at the moment. They've made some stellar plays. This is going to be tough, though. It's going to be Golden and Flusha against 4 in Banana here. Nico, Olafmeister, Guardian, and Kerrigan. Meanwhile, Rain lurking in A-hole. Some spam through deals some damage. A little bit of chip damage on a Nico. Here it comes.
Plenty of smoke still to play with. They've thrown 2 out, still have 3. Kerrigan's going to toss his as well towards the site. No rotation as of yet for Fnatic. They're keeping JW on the Archer's side.
There's 4 smokes down over at the B bomb site. I believe Flusha and Golden both used theirs. They still have 2 Molotovs. FaZe was trying to bait out some utility. And if they're met with fire, that's going to be a bad day.
Yeah, they have no smokes now, just 1 incendiary left on the side of Fnatic. 35 seconds, but here comes the rotation. JW is now going to move into position with his AWP. Molotovs are forcing back FaZe. Time is also an enemy at this stage. 25 seconds without any casualties. Everyone is still alive on the map. And with a double stack on new boxes, this could be the winning formula for Fnatic. Golden showing himself, but the second player isn't. Now he will. Flash around the corners, able to get 1. The kill's going in favor of Fnatic. 10 seconds left. They're going to have to force the plant down.
And Olafmeister is so low. It's going to be tough. Guardian's going to have to be the first point of contact. He's only got a Galil. JW waiting for this peek. It's not coming out. There it is from Guardian. He runs the gauntlet, somehow survives, gets the M4, but it's Olafmeister. He's point of contact next. This has got to be an instant headshot. It is. It's 2. How has he done that? Olaf, again, Faze is just barely hanging on, and JW now into the bomb site. He's got to hurry up, and he's got to find Guardian, but he's just toying with him at this point. Heroics all across the board for Faze.
Well, you uttered the phrase vintage Crims earlier. Olafmeister with 2 kills in the nick of time with 12 health.
It's like the entirety of like Fnatic's historic rosters just showing off in this game, isn't it?
Just trying to outdo each other. So now, Fnatic have gone from being in a position that they should have just outright closed the map out to being in an eco with very little to play with. This could go the distance.
Faze have somehow put themselves in great position. Olaf is going to take control of Banana, and Fnatic, as he said, just really not a whole lot to fight with in this round. Although a good dink onto Rain brings him down, going to force him passive. And this seems to be a winning formula here for Faze, just heavy numbers towards the B-bomb site. I don't know how they won that last round, considering as well 2 Molotovs as time was running low. Good smoke from Golden, going to delay a bit longer. And because there's so many bodies for Faze and Banana, they can't really do anything while this smoke is up. So you can see they kind of slinky almost back out towards mid just to check and make sure there's no aggression. And then eventually they will kind of go right back over towards Banana and work their way up to the site. But Fnatic is setting up for this.
I mean, the problem for Fnatic, though, is that was their only smoke. So that's been tossed out. Sure, it stalls for a while, but if Faze decide to come back, they can sniff the weakness. And that could be a reason why Fnatic can now stack 4 players over on B, because they know they're weak, they know they're vulnerable. But in doing so, JW is by A by himself. He's in alcove. This is more of a one-and-done situation, but he can't even get the one.
See, Fnatic thought that Faze was going to do exactly what I thought they were going to do, is because there was no noise across the map when that smoke at the B bomb site gets put up. Fnatic says, okay, they've got everyone pretty much in Banana, so let's just cheat over and wait for this smoke to subside. And Faze likely knows that's happening as well, and they just call to go right back up towards the A bomb site. So going away from the danger, still losing 2 players here at the end. Make that a 3rd from Flusha, and he's going to push into the bomb site. 1 more kill would be great, and he does have a low HP player there. He's spotted out the gun of Guardian, I believe. Here's the peek, and he can't find that kill. So, Fnatic up 15-14, 1 round left. Faze can either force overtime, or Fnatic will take this map 1 of the day. It's not a series.
It sure is, but as we've already highlighted, with a couple more of the big hitters on Group A weakened with stand-ins, this game could mean so much to the victor.
Yeah, this is not a group where you want to drop the opening match, is it?
Well, Fnatic, as a result of their small purchase in the last round, will have an AWP in the hands of JW. He's been having a solid performance. He's on 23 kills, 26 to Crims. Everyone around the same setting, evenly poised for the 30th round. And both teams have pretty much everything they could ask for. I mean, there is a lack of nades on a couple players for Fnatic, though. It should be highlighted.
Remember, this was a 15-11 at one point for Fnatic before a 1 versus 2 clutch from Kerrigan that has spurred this streak towards the end for Faze to try and force overtime. JW's AWP is going to be in rap side of mid. And again, Faze open up this round with a good amount of numbers towards Banana. Guardian, Nico, and Olafmeister all here. The bomb is on Kerrigan. That's on T-ramp nearby. Just Rain solo in these A apartments.
Yeah, just to make sure they're clear in case they decide to rotate later on in the rounds. Faze taking a lot of control over Banana. Utilized quite a few of their nades.
Oh, this is a contact play. They want to get right in. No smokes down whatsoever. Flusha can't handle it. There goes Golden inside the bomb site. It's looking like overtime. Flusha has a big job to do. 1 or 2 kills here would be phenomenal. The spam coming through. It's on point, but it can't do the damage.
Such a ballsy play just to push without any nades, any flashes, nothing. And it's worked out for them. I mean, this has overtime written all over it now. It's so hard to see how Fnatic get back onto the site. Their one kit's also been dropped, so they're going to have to go and salvage that before they even get across to B. And all positions that you could ask for, Faze are in. They also have Rain, who is now sweeping through Banana. So they're going to have two players on this side. Lekr0, fair enough, he's got himself a couple kills. Flushes came in with one as well. What the hell's happening here, Faze? You can't let this happen. But Karrigan with a double spray is going to leave it to Rain, who has the perfect spray transfer of 1 health.
That is unreal. How have Faze done this? Rain, Karrigan, Olaf, and Nico all with incredible heroics throughout this half at important junctures. And you can see it right there. This is where perhaps if you're Fnatic, now you start thinking back to all the mistakes that were made. Overtime comes out. A 4-round streak for Faze to end the second half.
They've got a bit of time to stew as well, man. They just sat there like, oh my god, this should have been over.
Oh, I mean, you think about it. JW has that near 1-on-4 in the pistol round. Nico has a round where he you know, a 3-on-5 where he kills 4. The 1-on-2 from Karrigan. Olaf at 10 HP spraying down 2. There's been a couple rounds here that Faze have really gotten away with. Regardless, overtime has begun.
Both teams electing to have an open play.
It is MR3 16,000 start money as well.
Okay, so it's not going to be as brutal to the CTs if they do lose weapons as it would be on the 10K. It's going to be another fast play, though, for Faze. They're deciding to just get up in the face. Karrigan's already taken Archer's control. This is rapid.
I didn't... Okay. I was like, Karrigan, if you have the balls to push through your own smoke like that towards CT spawn, God bless. Good for you. JW is just going to have to try and no-scope through that smoke. Molotov comes out, but it's not going to stop Karrigan. He's run all the way through all the smokes. Crims is here, though, and he's been a legend. He is traded off, but Lekr0 alive, and Pit is going to find 2. And they haven't even gotten into the bomb site. They haven't planted. Guardian's in position to find a kill, and he does grab 1. Now he's going to fall away. The B bomb site is open. Nico is on his way. Guardian hopefully just trying to pick off 1 more. Nico does not realize it's clear, which is why he's slowed down. We can see that it's a mistake. But he's going to wait for Guardian to meet up with him.
Yeah, understandably. For all he knows, he's still a player, maybe even 2-1B at this stage, especially with the time that's elapsed since they started to move away from mid. So he needs the backup. He needs Guardian there with him. Guardian and Nico, backs against the wall. Just over 30 seconds to play with. But it is going to be against Flusher on his own. No one else has helped him out on Fnatic's side. He's going to be trying to jump up on the coffins. If the timing's right, he will take down Guardian. And now you're going to see the quick rotation over from the A site. Actually, they're thinking twice of this. They seem to think it would be a split approach from Faze. Not this required. Ooh. And Flusher's going to put those teabags in.
Yeah, he's really dipping them nice. Well done from Flusher. Not a whole lot of players better than Flusher in that kind of a scenario. Late round, no information in a 1-on-2 at a bomb site. Flusher does great work. 16-15, Fnatic finally stopped the streak that began in regulation. That was a wild round. Faze have really picked up the pace and the aggression here at the end in these past 5 rounds. It's caught Fnatic off guard a couple times. That time, that round, they hold on just barely.
Does feel like, again, though, when they made their comeback towards the end, it was predominantly on the B site. They try and hit A, they get completely repelled, and there's JW again. Rain smoked out. Perfect timing for Fnatic. He can't really avenge his fallen teammate. Just has to sit there and wait. And there's JW for another one. Why not through the smoke?
Exactly. Why not? Nice work from JW. Again, though, they lost this in the past. Nico gets the kill, and actually Golden's going to spray him down through the smoke. So a couple kills through smoke secures this round. Rain hasn't even had a chance to get involved. Lekr0 has him pinned in at the moment, and that's going to be a kill for Rain. 1-on-3, but the bomb is just so far away.
Yeah, and he's severely hamstrung with just 8 health. So it's hard to see if you can get anything done from this sort of a scenario. Fnatic looking to bounce back and remedy the situation, remedy the ails that took them down into this position in the first place. And down goes Rain. 17-15 is the score. And again, Faze push A, they get completely beasted. They can't get it done.
I mean, you have to even look at this and almost say that Fnatic has looked like just straight up the better team in this, outside of some of those individual heroics that Faze have busted out throughout this game. It's been great work from Fnatic.
And this goes back to what a lot of analysts and a lot of people would say before, that FaZe always used to be so focused on their individual plays, their individual talent, the ability to do these kind of things, and then they started to move more towards tactics. I mean, it feels to me they've been comprehensively outplayed in this space.
As Fnatic is playing very, very nice. Oh, Flush is completely blind, though. He gets caught out there. Just as we're singing their praises, mistimed utility, but there's some good amount of damage that's been inflicted on the FaZe. Even though there's no death, Nico is very, very low. He's at 23, Kerrigan at 46, and JW's in a great position at the moment. He'll need to be smoked off. We saw the damage he could do last round. All of FaZe now here in mid. The bomb is going to go in towards Halls all on its own, and JW wants to get aggressive. The timing of this is going to be everything. That smoke, though, is going to force him back. Reigns beat the Molotov. And you have to hope that, again, Lekro is going to be able to do something inside this A-bomb site. First kill, immediate dink. There's JW coming through as well. Lekro still holding the line, and JW wrapping around an awkward angle. The flash is going to be nice, but oh, he got that somehow. The edge of the box, and he's still alive, and he's still doing work. Guardian, though, in a 1-on-2, fighting against Lekro, but he can't land the shots. Out of bullets, and Golden's here to clean it up. 18-15, all 3 rounds in overtime go the way of Fnatic.
And even though Lekro only got 1 kill, his position was so important. It alleviated the pressure from JW, so he could go around and peek and get his ridiculous kills. I have no idea how he landed that shot while flashed through the box.
That was incredible.
That was outrageous, stuff. But these are the kind of plays that were going against them when FaZe were able to clutch. And now that it's Fnatic winning them, they're looking like they're unstoppable.
I mean, yes, and they're... Remember, though, their T side, while it looked good, they had FaZe against the ropes in terms of the economy. With the 16K, we're not going to have that. The issue is, if you're FaZe, you've got to win all 3. You don't have a single chance to make a mistake, any kind of hiccup, and you've lost this first map.
So FaZe opting for 2 ops as opposed to the 1 for Fnatic. Understandable. Both Nico and Guardian are beasts with the weapon, but Nico is going to be looking to press aggressively. That flash is probably going to end his life. How is he still alive? Dodging bullets in the smoke, but it may be the Molotov that extinguishes his life, or not. 12 health.
God bless his soul to want to make that kind of a play in overtime to potentially just lose it. 12 HP somehow gets away as well. A little bit of utility coming out for Fnatic. See if they can bait something away that has used a smoke out of Kerrigan right in the entrance of B. Minute remaining in the round. And again, Crims has control of A Halls.
Nico weakened, though. It has forced FaZe to bolster up the defenses, getting a 3rd player over on B. So this could work out for FaZe, because it's looking like Fnatic are going to go all in, roll the dice and see what sticks. Nico on the coffins, he's going to get taken down. I was about to say a stray bullet will silence him. A flash into the peak. We'll see Kerrigan also go the same way. Fnatic are cruising towards the map win, showing great tenacity and grit after losing 4 in a row to take us in this position in the first place. But now it's looking so hard. Guardian all that remains. He's picked up 1, but he's